Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. We're in the third quarter now. The 49ers in possession of the football. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They'll run on first down. Hurd. And the ball is knocked out. And the Raiders pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So turnovers, Charles, you fit. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it.
After review the play, rules on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Porter. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he's going to have a Niners first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there. 2nd down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He finds his man, complete. That's Rhodes. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 21. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. On first down, Hurd. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 50 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Working out of the gun. Here's Book. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. Carr now to throw. Airing one out for Boyd. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play there for the Raiders. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Carr. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Tyler Boyd, 33 yards. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is down to a field goal. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. From the 6. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds his man, complete. It's Wolf. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
On 1st down, Book. He finds his man, complete. It's Porter.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting unit's still out there for this 3rd quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the 2nd half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the 3rd quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. A great play there. Ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Niners are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night, and that'll do it for the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. And the Niners get there and bring him down. DJ Jones busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. And they see right through that defensively. as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Under pressure, and down he goes. Javon Kinlaw coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. The good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Flush to his right. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll even avoid the contact in the end as he will finally slide to a halt. A big pickup there on the scramble.
Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes.
Max Crosby, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
2nd and 20.
Another try after the first down sack. Lance, he's got the hook up to Moore. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Lance looking to throw it. Able to complete this to Chenault.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
The Lance going to throw.
Escaping the pressure right. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers.
Laviska Shenault
there to make the grab.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Back to throw again. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Going for the deep ball. Got a man. It's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Raiders. Alexander Madison, 46 yards.
And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
The extra point up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. And the 49er hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away.
That's going to be caught. It's Chenault.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Now a give, right side. Hurt. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And they'll try and run for the first with Sermon.
And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. And they take a knee. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. Well, partner, it's just preseason, but it always feels good to be in victory formation, taking the knee for the W.
Yeah, I've often thought to myself when I watch these preseason games, some teams need the wins more than others. You know, if you're established and you're used to winning, not quite the same. But if you're trying to learn how to win, it's important to get it done. And to be able to kneel down at the end, even better.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home.